We're just wondering, were you aware or did you talk with the minister at all about your wife's appointment? The Justin Trudeau government is at it again. Keean Bexte here in New Brunswick, just near Dominic LeBlanc's house. He's the Minister of Intergovernmental Relations for the Trudeau government, and he's come under scrutiny recently after Canada's state broadcaster exposed some of the recent appointments, the judicial appointments here in New Brunswick. Now, I'm here standing near his villa that he has by that's just adjacent to the Atlantic Ocean, not because, I want to be interviewing politicians near their house, but because the location is actually quite important to this story. Now, the property that is right behind me right now is the neighboring property to Dominic LeBlanc's house, which he used to own, but then he sold it to his friend, supposedly, Jacques Pinette, who and that was sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. I think $400,000 is what the CBC pegged it at. And that same individual, Pinette, helped pay back Dominic LeBlanc's debts. He had tens of thousands of dollars in campaign-related debts after his failed bid for the Liberal Party leadership. Him and someone else relevant to the story actually helped pay back those debts. Now, coincidentally, or perhaps not so much, his wife, Tracey Deware, just got a patronage appointment. She was just appointed to New Brunswick's judiciary. It's not really clear what her qualifications were because it's not being released. It's not being released how she compared to everyone else. All we know is that they're neighbors, they're pretty good friends, and her husband helped pay back tens of thousands of dollars in campaign-related debt that LeBlanc had gathered. It's absolutely atrocious. So I just drove by his place, actually, and I poked out the window, and I talked to Jacques, and he was really uncomfortable. You could tell he was worried. And then I kept driving, and I passed Dominic LeBlanc's house. And when I did, I turned around. It looked like Dominic wasn't home. And when I did, Jacques Pinette was very agitated. He drove down his driveway in his pickup truck and started photographing me. It's fine. I was photographing him. It's understandable. But he was very, very concerned that reporters were covering this story. Here's what I asked him. We're just wondering, were you aware or did you talk with the minister at all about your wife's appointment? Were you aware of the appointment at all? Now, if I was being investigated by reporters for possibly paying someone's debts for them so their wife could get a judicial appointment, I would be probably just as worried as he is. I'm not saying that was his intention, but it's certainly what it looks like. Now, I was also able to catch up with a third neighbor, someone unrelated, and someone who is quite disgusted with the antics of the Trudeau government and Dominic LeBlanc in particular. What do you think about them appointing friends of cabinet ministers?
I don't think it's right.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I wish I was his friend so that I could get an appointment like that. They're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you amount all of them together, it's like 5 out of 6 or something of the recent judges. And think about that money.
She's just been appointed head judge, I think.
To what, sorry?
She's just been appointed to Deware just been appointed to head,
She's a chief justice.
Chief justice,
yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just someone better qualified might have been there, but it's just weird that Dominic LeBlanc is picking these folks and there's no revolt, like where's the people that are upset?
Yeah.
I don't know how anyone in this province can expect to get a fair trial knowing that Tracey Deware is so close and cozy with Minister LeBlanc. Now, it's not just her that was appointed in a patronage appointment. It was also a family member of LeBlanc. It was also other high-level donors of LeBlanc. It's very disappointing here in New Brunswick, and the people are obviously quite upset by it. For the Rebel.media, I'm Keean Bexte. It really is beautiful country here adjacent to the Atlantic Ocean. These properties are valued at around $1 million together, and you can understand why Canadians are upset with Minister LeBlanc.